Let's have a look at the playback tools. The viewer timeline length is automatically adjusted to the last clip in the timeline. If the timeline grows, the viewer timeline will match. We can set the playback rate of the timeline. The frame rate with the asterisk is telling us what the sequence frame rate is set to. We can change the display format from timecode to frames. We can set the source of what determines the length of the timeline in the viewer. The default is global, which would be up to the last clip in the sequence. In and out points, and visible. Visible is active by middle mouse dragging in the timeline to any section of the sequence. We can set how the viewer should act when it reaches the end of time, repeating, bouncing, stopping, or continuing beyond. We can go to the start and end of the project, or use the hotkeys home and end. We can go to the previous or next keyframe if it's applicable. If there's no keyframe, it will go to the next edit. Holding Alt and using the left or right arrows will do the same. We can step backwards or forward using these two keys, and the left arrow or the right arrow will do the same. And we can also play backwards and forward. We can control the playback using the J, K, and L keys. The J key to play backwards, L key to move forwards. The K key will stop the playback. Holding down the K key and pressing either J or L will move backwards and forward one frame at a time. We can set the in and out points for the timeline using viewer controls. Pressing it again will toggle either point. We can use hotkeys for in and out to do the same, and that's the I and the O key. Holding Alt while pressing either of those buttons will clear the points. We can manually drag the in and out points with a preview, or we can hold Control and move both at the same time. Selecting a clip and pressing the U key will set the in and out to the length of the clip. Pressing Alt and U will clear it.